What is up, everybody? Star Wars Dad back for another video. Today we're going to be looking at an updated Luke green list and kind of see how this deck fares against some of the newer decks in the format. The first big change is the 3 Spark of Hope, which allows us to have 9 pieces of ramp if you include resupply and Alliance Dispatcher, which helps us get to Luke and Redemption and Home 1 and even Obi-Wan and Rivals Fall a lot quicker and more consistently. A next card that is different is the 3 Gray Squadron. I think Gray Squadron is obviously good against control because they typically don't have units, or they're going to have units a lot less often. And then it's good against aggro in some situations because it forces them to think if they want to take the 2 damage. Because a lot of times against aggro we are just playing defense, so it makes it a little easier for us. Then against like decks like Han and Inquisitor where they damage themselves, it's very good because we are able to either kill their units or put more pressure on their face. So it kind of, I like cards that force my opponent to have to make decisions more because it, causes like mental exhaustion. So cards like that are a good thing because more than likely, we're human, somebody's going to make a mistake. So I like what that card does. It also is really nice to put a devotion on it because then it becomes a 2/4 with 2 damage either to their face or to a unit while gaining 2 life. So it's a good devotion target as well. Then we're playing 3 Sundari Peacekeeper, which took the place of the 3 Consortium. It just gives us a steady early supply of restore. Which were Consortium, we weren't always able to keep the initiative, so that made it difficult. Then we were playing 3 Razor Crest, which is a very good card. Allows us to get Devotion or Luke's Lightsaber back in certain situations. It's also just a good body and space at 3/4 with the Restore 2. So just been a really, really strong card. Then we have the 3 Modded Cohort, which takes the place of Escort Skiff, as it always has ambush and comes in as a 4/4. That card is just very, very good against like aggro and early game just to help us stabilize as we get to our bigger stuff. Then, of course, the 3 Obi-Wan Kenobis as another Sentinel on the ground. Of course, we play the 3 Bright Hope as well as our Sentinel in space. Then the one of the biggest changes is the 3 Rivals Fall. I think this card is absolutely necessary after testing because of all the big units. We have Darth Maul, Poe, Wrecker. It's very good for Crate Dragon. It's also good for like leaders that are a problem, especially like Boba Fett leader with a Boba Fett's armor on, which could be a problem for us. I think the Boba Fett matchup does get more difficult for this deck because of all the upgrades that deck got. If you notice, look at the upgrades that this deck got. It's just like I think this deck is questionable right now as far as how I do not like time. I love putting time on just about every deck. I was having a hard time deciding what lot different than Darth Maul. Um, you know, there are other cards like Rose Tico and um, the Mandalorian, and there's different cards that are like solid additions to this deck. And that, like I said, that's why I'm saying it's still gelling because there are cards that still might make sense in here depending on how things shape out and how this deck needs to be played. I felt like I had a very good grasp on how to play this deck in set one, and I felt very confident about it. Right now, my confidence level is probably like a 4, just because after playing some of those other decks, I just feel like they have the potential to just run this deck over. And so we'll see in testing today how it goes. As always, though, please make sure to like and subscribe and comment on the 1,500 subscriber giveaway to make sure you have a chance at winning the Crate Dragon or Darth Maul units that I will be giving away. And I greatly appreciate all the support thus far. But let's get into some games and see how Luke Green does against some of these newer decks. Alrighty. Nope, got a good start here. Let go of the Luke's lightsaber, I think. And probably Obi-Wan. Just to have lower to the ground things. Gray Squadron's not the worst against them because it forces them to play damage. Yeah. I'm going to keep the resupply in case there's a turn where it is useful. Just waiting on what he does here. He plays a ground unit, we play a ground unit. He plays a space unit, we play a space unit. Okay. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay. I don't think we need 2 Gray Squadron. I like Luke. Luke is a game winner against aggro. Take our 3, or are you just trading? Okay. I mean, we're definitely just gonna kill that. Sure. Resupply isn't bad here. Could play Bright Hope next turn with a shield. Ooh, gotta love the redemption. That's how we flip the script. We're gonna get 5 resources here, so we could play Fleet Lieutenant and Gray Squadron. Bright Hope is pretty strong though early, but it's just gonna be 1 unit. Fleet Lieutenant is kind of meh. I could flip Luke next turn. Take our 3. Just go ahead and play Bright Hope with a shield. He's got Sabine and K2SO, which is a strong turn. It's okay though. In 3 turns we have redemption to gain our life total back. If we find Obi-Wan here, that could be strong. Sundari isn't bad. I think we just want all of our life gain stuff now, right? Okay, we have Luke next turn. Let's go ahead and just deploy. We just want to kill one of these things to slow him down a little bit. Go ahead and kill K2SO if he doesn't attack with K2SO. We'll kill Fighters for Freedom if he attacks with K2SO. Okay, so we'll kill Fighters. Just give a second Shield of Bright Hope, which is fine. Okay. Razor Crest is going to help things. Okay, we'll take our 6, claim the initiative. Alright. Ewing is pretty good. I mean, it does allow us to get a sentinel down. We're gonna take a lot of damage here if he plays like a heroic sacrifice or something. So we have to risk it all with Ewing, I think. And find a ground sentinel, which we did. Thank God. Why is Maz not in my list? Maz needs to be in here. Should have been in here already. If it's not, I thought it was. Okay. Sabine is doing what? Oh, choose a unit to add to experience to. Probably Bright Hope, right? Alright, we're gonna go ahead and kill. He could easily have. Alright, no, we're just gonna attack him. And gain a little bit of life. He could easily play the thing here, which is what we're hoping he does not do. We have redemption, so that's gonna get us back into range. We have to claim the initiative because our life total is way too dangerous. If he has a for a cause I believe in here, we kill Kato, so he just kills us for a cause, so it's not a good situation. Okay, and he disconnected. Claim victory. Okay. Alrighty. Weird. Alright, up against Han Green. I don't know if it's my deck or a different one, but we shall see. Gray Squadron's actually pretty good against them because they're going to be coming in damaged. He just claimed the initiative? Okay. Cool, I guess. Resupply isn't bad here, especially because he didn't do anything. See what he does though. He's playing a I wonder if it was the right choice to get rid of the I was about to say to get rid of the Gray Squadron. Alright, so we're gonna be at 5-6 resources next turn. Might as well get in for a damage. There's the Gray Squadron, okay. We are so close to the big Luke, I don't think it makes sense to get rid of it here. We could play Gray Squadron and Bright Hope this turn. Okay. We can't play that yet. I'm sorry, what? We're not attacking, so what is it talking about? That was really weird. Man, these glitches are getting out of control on Carabaos right now. Why did it take a damage? Also, like, why did it take a damage? That doesn't even make sense. Oh, Carabaos. So far we haven't seen any ramp from our opponent. Okay, well that's smart to kill that. That's a good card to have. Be Gray Squadron now. This forces our opponent to choose. Alright, we are going to be at 6. We can flip the leader here. Spark of Hope isn't bad. Because something is likely to die. So we will flip Luke, kill Modded Cohort here. Put a shield on Bright Hope. Price on your head, okay. Deploy. See what he decides to do. If he attacks into Luke, that's a good thing. Yeah. He caused us to discard a card that's actually... Yeah, I mean, it's Spark of Hope, because we just want to keep the 2 big things. Okay. Now we can use Gray Squadron to attack into his Han, unless he lets us go to his face. It looks like he is playing my version, but he's hasn't hit any of the ramp at the right times thus far. Okay, that was really weird. So we'll attack in with Bright Hope first. Then we will attack in and allow him to either take damage or take 3 to his face. I think U-Wing is the card we're probably going to play first just because of the situation we are in. But we'll see. I mean, he does have the initiative, so if he kills something, then we will play Luke. Unless he's attacking here, I guess. If he attacks, then we'll just claim the initiative and play U-Wing. Okay. Is there something else he can do for 0? Alright, we don't need resupply anymore. Alright, U-Wing it is. Alrighty. Double Echo Base. Or Sundari Echo Base. Or Echo Base Razor Crest. I kind of like... Do we have anything in our discard? No. I think it's just Echo Base, Echo Base. We're not like under a ton of pressure for our life total currently, so he could play Reinforcement Walker on this turn though, which is a very good card. Or Wrecker, I mean, yeah, Wrecker or Poe here could come in at any time, so there's the Poe. I'm not sure why he didn't ambush it, he just cheated it in instead, which is a very odd choice. So we're either taking 3 or doing 2 damage to something here. Okay, he's put 2 on Han, that's fine, but Han will now die to a Echo Base. I'm very confused as to why he didn't just raid in with Poe and just kill one of my Echo Base defenders. That's definitely what I would have done. Okay. Okay. Luke's lightsaber is not bad now. We're at 8 resources this turn. I kind of want to play the Luke's lightsaber. Obi-Wan's still good. just playing Luke this turn with his shield. After something dies, I think. We're just gonna wait till Poe dies, I guess. I mean, if we have the initiative, we're just gonna attack into Poe, I think. But I can't. I think he has the initiative. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. He does what to us? He discarded a card, so he's doing something. He's taking off the shield of Bright Hope. I'm not really sure. Okay, he discarded a Bright Hope. So we're just waiting on our opponent. Okay. He took off the shield. So we're just gonna attack in with Bright Hope. He played Marauder to ambush into Bright Hope, which is cool. So we'll just play Luke and kill his Marauder. Okay. Give shield to Luke. Attack in for 3. Okay. I'd say we're in pretty good shape at this point. I don't see a point in resourcing much right now. I mean, if somehow he kills our Luke, I mean, he could play Krayt Dragon, but that's too little too late. So we can't play 2 units either way. And I'd really, you know, if Luke doesn't die, I'd rather play Razor Crest. I mean, Krayt Dragon's fine, but he really needs an ambush of like a Wrecker to kill our shield, and then I mean, that's the thing. It does do something. Definitely stops us from winning. So let's just attack in. There's the ECL. Okay. Okay, kills Luke. Alrighty. So we're just gonna keep putting pressure. An arena dodge. We're probably just gonna play Obi-Wan. Makes him a 3. Makes him a 7/7. Seems fine. Opponent's not a big talker. To 9 resources. I don't think we need Sundari. Alrighty. Good game. Opponent didn't really do a lot of things in the right order there. I think he's still learning how to play that deck. Uh, I think that deck has a very favorable matchup against Luke. I wouldn't. I was kind of weary about playing this matchup to begin with, but yeah, this is a hard. This deck takes practice to learn. So, but I did make some changes to it over on the topic of it because there's a couple things. Like it felt like it had a little bit too many cards for ramp. And part of that was just because I wanted to just have all the ramp cards just to see how it felt. But I took out one Marauder and one Super Laser Tech just because they're a little more on the expensive side, and then I put in 2 Consortium Star Viper just to help the aggro matchup a little bit more, because I think more of the aggro matchups are in space now, and the space is the weakness that had. So Consortium just gives us a little more, gives us a turn 1 play, gives us a good ambush play on turn 2, just to take out units and kind of slow things down in space if that's the route that one of our opponents chose to go. I did also add in Strike Force in the sideboard as a way to deal with space units and kill things with our bigger units. And then I added in 2 Relentless in the sideboard for the control matchup, because you can play that at 10 cost. It's a really good card to protect Great Dragon in the control matchup. And then I added in 2 Tech in the sideboard, because then it allows you to smuggle everything from your resources later in the game. So I think that's pretty cool. I'm not sure how much that'll come into play though, because I'm sure it'll just be targeted and killed immediately. So that's still a maybe card. It might just be like, instead of Tech, it might just be like 2 1-drops, just as like, maybe like a Maz, just as another early card to just throw in there to be Spark of Hope on turn 1, and then also just to benefit from playing more units and cheating more units. So it has, a couple of synergies. Not as good as Reckless Gunslinger synergy is, of course, but still a decent option. And just so you can get that turn 1 Spark playoff, but also gives you a little more pressure because Moss gets bigger as you play more units. And pressure is good against control, or it could just end up being the Cassian unit from before again that I had talked about with the immediately readying it when you smuggle it. So just a few little changes, but I like the changes because I feel like it makes it a little more well-rounded. It's still very, very fast. I mean, it still has 13 forms of ramp, which is a lot. So, and then a little more space presence. All right, playing against another Han deck. Yeah, I mean, we got the Gray Wing again. So we're gonna get rid of the lightsaber and guess really don't want to be getting rid of Ewing, but it is really early, so let's just keep the Sentinels. All these cards are really good early, so alright, let's just get the Marine down first. It's a good thing to trade. The thing that's different about this list, of course, is that there's no timely and no ambush. Okay, so Gray Squadron's gonna be good here. Bright Hope is good. Spark of Hope is good. What are we playing here? Do we care about red 3? I am not getting rid of Sentinels or Gray Squadron because I just played against this, and Gray Squadron is definitely very good against this. So basically what happens is he either trades with Gray Squadron immediately right here, or Gray Squadron starts putting him under a lot of pressure. Okay. Cool. Okay, he's cheating out something for 4. Gideon. Okay. Cool. Another Gray Squadron. I think we're just gonna play Echo-based Defender and attempt to put a shield on it. Yeah. See what he does though. Okay. could just kill it, right? Yeah, I mean, just kill it. He can't kill us, so 'tis fine. He can just do damage to his own base or to himself, which if he does it to himself, then we don't take any damage. So still a choice he has to make. Either way, it's good for us. Okay, so yeah, we don't take any damage. All right, bringing out Poe. Yep. Just collect the initiative. All right, resource good. We don't need 2 bright hopes, I don't think. Okay, we're gonna play Echo Base and Devotion this turn. Put the Devotion on Grey Squadron, which is a very good play against aggro decks, because it either puts them under pressure while we gain life, or they take damage on their units, especially a Han deck. I have not played against the Han red deck. I saw that Wu, I believe, just posted one today, I think. So maybe this is that version, I don't really know. Okay, so he's doing 2 damage to what? He discarded Bo-Katan. If he plays black 1, he just did 2 damage to our face and just traded with Echo Base. Okay. He's deciding whether or not he wants to discard another card. Alright, we are just going to put this on Grey Squadron, make it a 2/4. He could have aggression here to kill it, so, I mean, that's a thing. Alright, we're just going to go face and allow him to decide if he wants to take 4 or 2. He took the 4. He's flipping Han. Alright, the one thing we know is they don't have life gain. That is for sure. Oh, he's cheating in another unit? I'm sorry, what's he doing? Oh, okay, he didn't have enough resources to cheat in something. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and go face, because we know that he's gonna kill our Battlefield Marine here, probably. Nope, he did not. Alright, Obi-Wan is good here. So is Razor Crest Grey Squadron. Or Bright Hope Grey Squadron. So because we have initiative, we're gonna go here first to get in for damage. Fleet Lieutenant, okay, take 5. Just gonna swing in for face, because at this point we're not killing anything with Luke. Okay, he took 2 to Han, which is fine. Okay, I think we're in pretty good shape here. We're gonna go ahead and deploy. Okay. We're gonna go here. He's gonna claim the initiative. And I think we just have too much life gain for him to recover from this. Yeah, there's not a reason to do anything. Just protect our units. I mean, we have lethal this turn, so first thing we do is just attack him with Luke. Alrighty, our opponent just concedes. Good game. So as two decks in a row have taken down Han. I think the last one though they misplayed, or they didn't play it correctly. I don't know if it was a misplays or it's just maybe just learning how to play it. This one, I don't think it's as strong as the green one. You just don't, because you don't have ramp and ambush. Ramp and ambush are what makes that deck so good. I'm sure they play like Crate Dragon in here, but Poe and Wrecker are amazing, but also we play Recruit in the other version, so we're looking for Poe and Wrecker and things like that sooner. But I mean, this deck seems like it does well against aggro, which is important because there's a ton of aggro decks, and I know how to play this deck against control. I think the decks that I'd be worried about though are the Han Green Ramp deck when somebody knows how to play it correctly, and then I would be worried about super hard control like the Thrawn control and Ida Blue control. I think those decks are just getting out of hand because they have way too much removal. But I mean, you know, it takes a lot of practice to play against control, but that matchup just got a lot harder. I think those decks got better than Luke got better, if you know what I mean. Like they just the level that they got better, I think they leveled up even more. Boba is always tough, but I mean, especially because of all the ridiculous cards that Boba got now. It's just it's too much. Control and Boba just got way too many things. That's why I like the Han Green deck, because it's like an out of nowhere, not necessarily out of nowhere, but it's just like using all the powerful cards in one deck, and then just saying, "Race me." But I don't know. Against control, it's still gonna be tough. That's why the Relentless is in there, though. But I mean, so far this has been good. Would I like to mulligan? No. No mulligan. We have a ton of Sentinels in our hand. Like, all the Sentinels in our hand. Literally. I'm not getting rid of Redemption. It's too important. I think we can just roll with that for now. Alright. Is he doing the thing? Yes, sir. How are you liking my Han Green list so far? Rivals Fall. It's a good card. Are we getting rid of both Devotion? It's just not a great card. Sundari. The Peacekeeper. No comment. Alright. Akabase it is. It's a little difficult to play. Yeah. Take some practice. When to play units, when to damage them and cheat them in, when to ramp. Alright, claim the initiative again. Oh, he just played Resupply. Nice. So he's got Han next turn. Is he trading Sundari? I think we're just going to play Echo Base and put a shield. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely difficult to play, I agree. I mean, it took me like 50 games. I have seen this deck a lot, though, since I posted that video on, what was it, Friday or Saturday? I'm going to let the second Bright Hope go, just because we have the thing. Razor Crest isn't bad here, but let's just put Echo Base down. Try to, I mean, we could put a shield on it, unless he ambushes in with Poe. Nope. He did not do that for some reason. which is always odd to me. You always ambush him with Poe. Like, it's just, I mean, think about it. Then he clears it. I don't get the shield. Then he flips Han and attacks for 3, and he has a Poe on the field, and I have nothing. And then the game is heavily in his favor. I mean, ambushing with Poe is just one of the best things you can do. Now, he could definitely still kill me and attack in, which is what he should do. Alright, we're at 5 here. Do I even care about Maz? I don't think so. Probably just playing Razor Crest and putting a shield on it here. Play Rival's Fall next turn. Okay. So he defeats the upgrade, I guess. And then dies. Yeah, I mean, he just totally, you know, like you said, it's hard to play. It takes, I mean, like I said, it took me like 50 games of testing this deck. It wasn't like I just figured it out right away. But I mean, he's already at 6 resources, so I'm in dangerous territory. I mean, Rival's Fall is going to help me stay in this, but Luke is also a good piece of removal. We do get Luke the leader next turn. I don't know how relevant that will be depending on what his next card is. He could ambush him with Marauder here and just kill our Razor Crest, which is an option. We'll see what he does. Yep. Okay. Nice. Good old Marauder. It's a good card. So no Razor Crest for me. But that lets me know I'm probably just playing Bright Hope because Marauder is going to be at about to die. We can save the Rival's Fall for a turn with a Reinforcement Walker or a Crate Dragon. We're going to be saving all of our Rival's Falls. Okay. Another Razor Crest. Razor Crest is such a good card. Really don't think Moss is going to be that relevant. I guess it could slowly sneak into like relevancy, but let's just play Bright Hope. He attacks in, they trade potentially, we put a shield on it. If he plays Reinforcement Walker, that's lets us know that we're just gonna Rivals Fall that next turn, or Luke Skywalker it, depending on what we decide to do. Okay, just a Poe. So let's just put a shield on that. Okay, he's cheating out something else with Han. Okay. Interesting. We could just Rivals Fall Poe, I think. Not worried about taking 4 damage. But we are getting into Crate Dragon territory, which is scary. It's a scary, scary deck. So we just played this one a couple games ago, but it was a different opponent. Okay, we had 2 Rivals Fall, so that makes me feel a little better. Luke's lightsaber is actually very relevant here. I think because we're so close to redemption, we're going to let that go. Alright, let's get rid of Poe. Since I definitely feel better about it since we have a second Rivals Fall in our hand for a Crate Dragon, which looks like is about to happen. No. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna deploy. Probably take 4 from Echo Base, I would imagine. Echo Base, put a second shield on Bright Hope. Alright, Reinforcement Walker, that's cool. He's drawing a card. We could just attack into his Marauder, but I'm just gonna kill that card. We have a couple different ways we can go about doing this. We can just attack in and die, or just Rivals Fall. Because if we attack him and die, we can use Luke. Luke to kill the Reinforcement Walker. But I think we're just gonna... Yeah, it's tough, man. I don't want to use Rivals Fall because I know Krayt Dragon is coming. Okay, let's just do it this way. Let's do it that way. Just trigger the death. Okay. Alright, let's do this. And hope we don't feel the wrath of the dragon. Okay, Spark of Hope. Okay. Go ahead and just kill Marauder. I think it's fine to take that off the field. He's at 7 resources. Okay. Okay. Coming in for 4. He dies. Alright, we will claim the initiative. We're definitely just going to trade. Oh, he's ECLing? Okay. Alright. Emptied his hand though, so that's good. Sundari for the kill. Okay, cool. That's okay. I mean, we have redemption that we're just sitting here on, so. Okay, take her 3. And we have some more life gain stuff. So let's just play redemption. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we took her 3. Swinging for 2. Hey, we got damage on the board. Krayt Dragon. Playability. Here he is. Okay. And a recruit. Very nice, very nice. Alright, we don't need Spark of Hope. We're just gonna Rivals Fall immediately. Kill the dragon. Spark of Hope. Alright, we're gonna swing in for 6. Going to swing in for 4. Get some power on the board, or he's cheating in. K2SO, okay. Not the worst thing ever. Okay. Really need a Sentinel here. Okay, Bright Hope versus Bright Hope. That's a thing. Second Luke is good. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and kill K2SO, take her 3. Okay, see what he does. If he has another Krayt Dragon, I don't know how we can recover from that. Okay. Let's just take out the Sentinel. He has 2 cards in his hand. We have 3 cards on the board. So he has to have like Timely plus something else, okay. Um, so we're gonna ambush this in. Take that out. He can smuggle it, sure, but okay, well that's a thing. Okay. So how do we beat that thing now? I don't know. It's a very hard card to deal with. Okay, 2, pass. Okay. He could smuggle in the guy if he has any more. Alright, we're to 28. Alright, we kill that. And we have the third rival's fall. What's he got? What's he got? Just that card again. Card's getting on my nerves. How do we beat that card? We have to rivals fall it? That does not feel good. Yeah, it's a good card. Good game. Alright, what do we got here? We got no, we got a Maz Alliance turn. Into Echo Base. Into Modded Cohort. It's a pretty good start. I kind of should have just played Alliance Dispatcher though. As a yeah, that's fine. We'll just do it that way. Though. Name the initiative. Yeah. Let's let Obi-Wan go. We'll crash in with our boy. Take 2. Swing in for 4. Swing in for 1. Attack. Okay. Okay, this is a good turn to play Restore and Devotion. Doesn't have ambush unless he has an ambush unit. Okay. Okay. I think we're in good shape so far. Could play a shield here onto our Echo Base. He's gonna go for that one, okay. Claim the initiative. Okay, is he an official? He is an official. But look what we just found. It's the rival's fall. Let's just go Gideon. We're gonna attack in with Echo Base. Unless he has a surprise strike, then we will not. Okay. Cool. Cool. Deploy. I think we're in good shape. Sure. Put on the cohort to keep it alive, so we have 2 4/4s on the board. Okay, claim the initiative, and that should do it. Good game. That was a cool card. You have to discard it. Okay. Sure. But we just win the game. So, that was a quick one. Yeah, I mean, just to kind of, to talk about this thing, like, based on testing, Rivals Fall is absolutely necessary. There are way too many incredible units now, and you really don't want to have Vanquish because sometimes the leader is incredible, depending on what deck you're playing against. So just having Rivals Fall on the main board, and I mean you have Sentinels and things to slow you down. Um, yeah, but this deck has felt, I would say like not as strong as it felt to me in the first set, and I think part of that is because this plays more, um, I don't know, methodical, and it's kind of hard to be methodical when you're playing against a bunch of new things, and the meta is still developing. I think Luke is one of those decks that I am probably going to just shelf for a while until things develop more. So back for the post-game wrap-up. So this deck went 4-2 overall. You saw the one loss that we had against the Han Green ramp deck, which was pretty brutal. And then we had another loss to Kylo Green. I think they drew all 3 overwhelming barrage within like the first 15 cards, so they just drew the nuts. Otherwise, I think we were going to be able to turn that one around. So overall, it did okay. Like it made me feel a little bit better about it, but I still think it's gelling. It's not a deck that I would play right now. The decks that I would play right now are going to be like the Han Green ramp deck, like Fennec Red or Sabine Yellow, even Sabine Green I would consider playing. Basically just decks that have Poe and Wrecker. I just feel like those cards are just insane, and I just want to be able, I would probably preferably want to play a green version so that I can use Timely Intervention and ECL with those cards. So I just think it's just going to be very, very strong. And it's aggro is usually a safe bet early in a new set. And I think hard control is going to be relevant, like Thrawn Blue and Iden Blue. Those are going to be very strong because of all the new removal, especially if you've been playing control a lot. So I think decks like Luke are just kind of, and maybe I'm wrong, but I just think that they need a little time to gel to figure things out. I do think they have some strong pieces. I mean, Modded Cohort is a very good card, and you saw in that last game how it just kind of helped us close the game out and helped Luke to play more of an aggressive standpoint in that match. Rivals Fall is absolutely necessary based on what we're going to be up against in the new set. Razor Crest was very strong. Sundari was meh. It was kind of like a meh card. It didn't do a whole lot for me this matchup. Maybe it'll do better with the inclusion of the Timely Intervention, which I did decide to put in here. I took out 1 resupply and what was the other card? One resupply and 1 Gray Squadron. Yeah, felt like we have a lot of units in space, and 12 units is enough. And Gray Squadron it's niche, like it's good in some situations, but it's also just not a card I want to see as the game goes on most of the time. So I feel like that card it was good against the Han Green in that first matchup, that's for sure. I mean, it's a great card to draw. So that's a maybe card as well. I think it's really depends on where you're struggling with your matchups with Luke, whether or not you need that card. Like I said, that's a card more specifically for control. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed playing it. Like I said, though, I'm not sure. It's not a deck that I'm going to be like playing a lot of early on. It's a deck that I might play more of as I get a feel for where things are at with the decks in the format. I do think your Boba Fett matchup got a lot tougher because of all the upgraded cards that those 2 decks got. I just think that Boba Yellow is already a very tough matchup, and Boba Green was very winnable in set 1 as you learned how to play it with your use of your timely Bright Hopes and your use of Luke's lightsaber to take out the Boba unit. I do think Rivals Fall helps you in that matchup, but I do think that they just got a lot more tools, and it's going to be a hard one. And if you can't beat Boba, like I said, this deck didn't get as many awesome weapons as Boba got, so I do think that if you can't beat Boba, then you're gonna have a hard time. I also think that the aggro decks got even better. Sabine Green, Sabine Red, and Sabine Yellow. I think Fennec Red is still very good, even though people are saying that Fennec, the leader, is not that great, but the ability is um, paired with those colors. So I think that those matchups got even harder, and those matchups for me in the first set were the ones that I felt like I'm gonna beat them 70% of the time because of all the life gain. And you do have a good amount of life gain in here, but Poe and Wrecker, I mean, that just changes those decks around. Like that's sheer power at 5 resources, and if you don't find the Rivals Fall or you don't find a Luke Skywalker as an answer to those things right away, I mean, Poe can be out of control. Wrecker can destroy your board. Um, it's tough. So not a deck that I would play currently. I'd kind of give it some time and see how things play out. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, y'all have a good one and peace out.